Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo The Devil's Lair with Warlock. For my subclass, I'll be using Chaos Reach. Here are the mods and the fragments I'll be using in this video. For my kinetic, I'll be using Stasis Scout rifle. Next, I'll be using Trinity Ghoul with Catalyst. For my heavy, I'll be using Threaded Needle. For my helmet, I'll be using Eye of Another World, Linear Fusion Ammo Finder, Ashes to Assets with Shield Battery Charge. For the gauntlets, High Range Fire, Overload Bow, Anti-Barrier Scout Rifle with 10 Resilience. For my chest plate, I'll be using Double Arc and Solar Resilience, 10 Discipline and Elemental Charge. Next, I'll be using Linear Fusion Scavenger, 10 Discipline, and the Elemental mod to make wells. Last, I'll be using Bomber, Sundering Glare, and the Artifact mod to stagger Overload champions with arc grenades. As you guys notice, I am abusing the always on time Sparrow just to pass through these ads and then pass this Overload champion. And even though you skip the first Overload champion, you'll still get Platinum. So for this video is lightning crystals, so you can spam a lot of grenades on your Warlock. Now I was gonna go on Titan, I'll be really honest. I was really wanted to go on Titan, but I'll go for Warlock for this week. So I am going to be using Trinity Ghoul, Clear the Ads, Abuse, Lightning Crystals mod, and then deal with the Barrier Champion. So I do have Arc Soul, so the minion will do the dirty work. And then I can make my way to the next section. Hopefully if the Barrier Champion can cooperate with me. Mainly just want to clear the ads, and yes, I don't have any solar weapons. I felt like it wasn't needed so much. I felt having Void was more necessary than the solar. The only reason why there are a couple of solars, especially the Shank, is because of Hot Knife. Now I am abusing the grenades to stagger the Overload champion. I was testing out Ticuu, and I gotta be really honest, Ticuu is buggy on Overload champions, and I wouldn't recommend anyone using Ticuu for this season. Yes, I'm not even joking. I did spend 2 minutes of my life trying to take down one Overload champion when I was using Ticuu, and it just wasn't working out, unfortunately. So I do recommend using Lemon Arc or even Trinity Ghoul. If using Trinity Ghoul, just remember to throw your grenade and then stagger and then spam Trinity Ghoul after that. So at the moment it's really hard to do commentary because my lower jaw hurts a little bit when I talk. So as you guys notice, I am spamming storm grenades, and I am going to try my best to take down this Overload champion. Now you're probably wondering why. Why am I not using Tide upon Linear Fusion? Well, I don't really have enough materials to craft the God roll, and 2, I am saving the materials so I can make a crafting video for this week. So yes, I am sacrificing, I could have made a really nice God roll for a linear. I have to use the old Void linear Threaded Needle, and I gotta be really honest, the Threaded Needle isn't that great for this season. And I'll explain much more later once we get to the tank room. So I am going to pull back and have these odds odds and have these ads spawn. So you can spam your storm grenades and then clear down all the ads. And yeah, my jaw is hurting at the moment. It's really hard to do commentary, to be honest. So bear with me for this week. It is extremely hard to talk. Alright, so I am gonna spam Trinity Ghoul, and you must spam Healing Rift. Spam as much Healing Rift as much as you can because you want Arc Soul to protect you, especially when you are trying to do DPS or clear ads. Sometimes you might miss an ad and not look at the map, and then these ads can melee you or spam arc you, so just be very careful with all these ads. So you can see here I was very reckless. I had to pull back a bit because these explosive shanks are actually way too close. So just remember to always be aware of your surroundings. And yes, I am trying my best to break this solar shield. This shank was very, very stubborn. So make sure you throw as much storm grenades as you can. You can also pull back to this specific spot as well. Make sure you stay back on this section because 2 wizards will spawn and a couple ads will spawn as well. So make sure, try your best to clear the wizards before the barrier champion will spawn in front of you. If not, it's okay. It's not a big deal. So if the barrier champion spawns, just immediately use your super, stagger it, use super, throw nade. And then you can focus on the wizards if you have not taken them down. As I said before, it's not really a big deal. Even for Grandmaster, not at all. So like I said, if you are unable to clear the wizards, it's okay. I mean, plan B is just go behind this barrel or this wall and then just take down the wizard. But be aware of the sniper because the sniper can actually two-shot you on GMs. So be very careful with the snipers from far distance, the vandals. So you can see he is trying to do trials. Okay, we got him down. And they're the ones that give you the most trouble, and the Arc Knights. Be aware that there's going to be Overload champions. So just make sure you spam a lot of Healing Rift. And just take your time clearing down the ads. Now on GMs, fun fact, there's no hot knife on Grandmasters. So this is just only a master modifier. And then as for the lightning crystals, I do not know if it's gonna be on Grandmasters. That I have no idea. We will see next week for next reset if lightning crystals or the other 2 modifiers will be on GMs. For me, I don't think so. I doubt it, but if it is, I'll be surprised. Now I did take down 1 Overload champion. When you do stagger the Overload champion, make sure you stagger with the bow, throw a nade, and then use your super. So another resilience vandal is harassing me. So just make sure you spam Trinity Ghoul, throw grenades, just bully all the ads, bully the Overload champions. And just clear as much ads as you can so we can actually go to the next section. Once everything is good to go, I just run for my life. And now we're gonna go to the next section. So before we go to the most boring section of my life and everyone's life, all guardians despise it, including me, we're gonna have to deal and harass and bully this overload champion from the left side or front of me, depending which my guardian is facing. So left side and then right side, and then you can just spam linear. Now like I said, use Taipan if you do fully crafted. I'm saving the materials for my crafting video for this week. So yeah, let me introduce you the most boring section. We got boring rigs or Brigs, my bad. And we got the Spire tank from far distance. Let's not forget the snipers from far distance, so be aware of those on GMs. I do know a lot of players can get killed right away if they are not aware of the snipers from the far right side. So before even clearing down these ads from the left side, you must take down the barrier champion, and then take down the snipers from far distance, which I already took down for GMs, since GMs will be up for next week. There is an overload champion, but I do want the tank to spawn. And this is when this linear for this season is not good, and I do highly recommend you use Taipan linear. And yes, the Brig is going to be awkward. You must throw storm grenades. And sometimes this Brig likes to move quickly to the left or the right, or he just hops, and then of course I get the worst luck of my life. I always get bad luck, no matter what I do in Nightfalls. So the barrier champion decided to immune this Brig. Great. Wonderful. Just perfect, you know. Anyway, finally the barrier champion decided to move away, and now I can harass this Brig with storm grenades, and then I can deal with the next Brig from the left side. Now the reason why I'm jumping around is because, well, this Brig was trying to shoot me and he almost one-shot me. But because I have high resilience, well, because of I Am Not a World, my Warlock is pretty tanky, which I'm happy. I thought it'd be nice to just do a couple of shots dealing with the spider or the walker. So if you're noticing, I do have Southerly Glare, and it's not really working that well for this linear, which is pretty sad. That's why I say use Taipan. I was so disappointed, by the way. This was actually my second go, well actually first go with this linear, and it wasn't working that well. It is extremely sad. Don't even buy yourself using threaded needle. Use Taipan. Seriously, use Taipan. Alright, like even Tarantula does more damage than threaded needle, and that's something. Of course, with the acute burn, you know, having arc does boost up 25% damage. I need a void to deal with the boss fight, with the baby, cute, adorable, lovable servitors. Not only this Brig is flying in the air, trying to one-shot me, it lagged a bit going to the left side and flying. I'm just having a lot of bad luck right now. Can't wait for GM. I might have more bad luck than ever. I do want to take down the Overload champion first. So just make sure you throw storm grenades. There is going to be a ship that will spawn more ads, so during that time you can pop your healing rift, or you could just run. For me, I just run all the way to the left side. Now we do see this barrier champion, which it will ruin everyone's run, especially on GM. So you must take down the barrier champion first. Forget about the overload, forget about, of course, take down a couple of snipers if you see them. Take down the barrier champion first, and then you can deal with the overload champions and the snipers and the ads. Reason why is because, well, he's going to immune the overload champions, he's going to immune the snipers, he's going to immune the arc captains. It's horrible, it's a mess. Just take down the overload, well, the barrier servitor right away. Now, Trinity Ghoul is helping a lot clearing down the ads really fast on this section. So as I said before, when using Trinity Ghoul, try your best to stagger it and then throw your overload grenades. That way it won't teleport and then regain its health. That's a trick that seems to work for me when I'm using Trinity Ghoul. I did try using this on Ticuu and it just doesn't work. Please don't use Ticuu. I'm sorry. I do not like Ticuu for this season. I despise it because I just cannot believe I spent 2 minutes of my life trying to take down an overload champion with only Ticuu. So please don't use it. Use Lemonarch. Use Trinity Ghoul. Trinity Ghoul is better. With combo of storm grenades and overload nades, way better than Ticuu. Ticuu is good for clearing out ads, but I just cannot recommend anyone to use Ticuu. Despise it for this season. Like I thought past seasons was bugged, but this season's worse. Way worse. So anyway, we're at the boss fight and there's going to be 2 overload champions. Just clear down the ads as much as you can. Throw your nade. Once you throw your nade, alright, now you can deal with the boss fight. So the boss fight, it was a little slow, I'll be really honest. And if I was using Taipan, I could have went to the boss fight way more faster. So I'm going to be waiting, pop a healing thrift, and use Chaos Reach. And yes, I am not using the Geomags, I am using Eye of Another World, just to boost up my resilience and recovery a little bit better. So let me introduce the cute, adorable, lovable, huggable baby servitors. They're just so adorable. Just want to Lemonarch them. Too bad I'm not using Lemonarch, but I will next time. Next time I'll use Lemonarch and abuse them and bully them for a GM. Great. Perfect. Did you see that? The baby servitor just fell down and then it float all the way up, regained its health. Has anyone had that problem for this Nightfall? No one? Just me? See, I get the worst luck ever. That was so random. It's like, wee! Try again, Blitz. So, as you guys notice, I am breaking the shield from my linear. It's way more easier to break it with a void linear than using the arc. So once I break the shield, I try to clear them down with the bow. Now there are a couple of shanks, so I didn't like the looks of it. Usually you can clear down the ads fast enough for the shanks to not spawn yet, and then do DPS. Now I was slow for this one, I'll be really honest. It was really hard to put my headphones on because the headphones was hurting my lower jaw. So I didn't really feel comfortable wearing it, but I had to so I can hear my surroundings. Once you clear down the shanks, ads should be clear up, and then you can do DPS. Now remember that the boss will teleport back in the middle, so be very aware of that. Spam heavy. And then if you did not do enough DPS, which can happen, you can do DPS at the ground floor. So I am using Suddenly Glare. It's doing, I would say, okay damage. So now I'm gonna go up, but I wanted to double check if I actually did do enough damage, and I didn't. So now the boss is at immune mode, and this is when we deal with 2 overload champions. During this phase, I would recommend to immediately just focus on overload champions. So because I don't see the overload yet, I am trying to deal with the baby servitor from the right side, because that servitor always likes to shoot through the window a lot. But when you do see the overload champion stagger it, immediately take him down, and I am trying really hard to fight console aim assist. I got really lucky there. I was so happy that console aim assist did not mess me up. I was fighting with the controller, with the aim. So thank the traveler and the speaker that nothing went wrong at that part. So now there is going to be one more overload champion. And this one can be pretty RNG. Now sometimes the overload champion does that and then goes to the stairs and teleports like a troll, and it's so annoying. Trust me, I hate it on GMs. I extremely hate them when they do that. Because the overload champion was being extremely annoying, and yes, I got a seasonal challenge completed. Yay for that. Isn't that random, right? So I was taking down the baby servitors, and I was trying to see, where is this overload champion? I mean, did you see that? I saw it, it teleports. Oh, can't get me, Blitz. I'm over here from the left. So if you do see the overload champion, just try your best to stagger it, throw storm grenades. Once you take down the overload champion, you immediately can get platinum. So now I'm going to take down the last innocent, adorable baby servitor. Once I do, I am going to go down to the ground floor, and then I totally forgot to clear down all these ads, so my mistake for that. So make sure you clear the ads at the ground floor. I pop a healing drift, and then I'm going to do a couple of DPS with the linear, and then use my super. And then finally we clear it down, and finally we defeated the boss. And I got another seasonal challenge completed. So as I said, Trinity Ghoul is really good for this Nightfall. I do recommend to combo it with Storm Grenade. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!